When it comes to construction, it is mega prisons that El Salvador is known for. They are currently constructing a building that thousands of people will voluntarily enter and get to leave a couple of hours later. I'm of course talking about the new National Stadium. But first, let's take a look at where the national football team currently plays. 2 grounds. One is Estadio Cuscatlan, which is certainly nothing to scoff at, seems like a decent stadium. As does Estadio Jorge Gonzalez, which is their other home. Both are located in the capital, San Salvador. Estadio Nacional de El Salvador will be built just outside the city proper, but still within the metropolitan area on the site of a former military academy. You probably won't be surprised to hear that the construction has been delayed and has gone over budget. I know, right? That's strange for a stadium. They're usually an uncomplicated and cost-effective build akin to a kit house or something. The expected cost has now reached 5 times the initial budget of $100 million. But not to worry, it is being funded entirely by the Chinese government, as part of their stadium diplomacy initiative. Just think $500 million could be the entire tax revenue of a small city in China, and it's going towards a stadium in another country. Well, most of the construction workers were actually brought in from China, excluding the locals. So the labour cost is heading right back there. And I'd imagine a lot of the materials are coming from China as well. So it's not quite as simple as paying $500 million for a bit of extra soft power. I wonder if one of the things that China got in return is being able to send that prominent Western propagandist to the mega prison. You know the guy I'm talking about. What a scumbag. Design-wise, it does have a bit of a Chinese look to it. There are many stadiums in China with a similar thing going on. The curving exterior and those little tails extending from it in particular. It was after all designed by a Chinese firm. I do quite like how those things look as though they've been peeled from the stadium so that the spectators can enter via this big ramp. Not often are the concourses a highlight of the stadium, but it looks pretty cool in here. Of course, the finished product won't be quite as white as this. If so, it'll probably get pretty dirty rather quickly. Either way, it will be light and airy in here rather than dark and dingy as concourses can often be. The seating bowl is where the stadium becomes a little bit more generic. However, there is less that you can do with it when maximising capacity whilst maintaining spectator comfort and good sightlines is prioritised over looking distinctive. And rightfully so. Don't get me wrong, still looks pretty good in here. So there you have it. I wonder if there's anyone in El Salvador called El Salvador. That's a proper name, it probably is. Subscribe if you like stadiums. Thanks for watching, have a good one.